Good day, dear friends. Let's move on to the most important news. In recent days, the situation in the Kursk region has remained tense, though without any significant changes on the front. Nevertheless, footage and reports from the scene that have appeared online have clarified the current situation. In the Glushkovsky district, the situation remains complicated. Ukrainian forces are striking at defensive positions and logistical routes of Russian troops, and are also preparing for a possible offensive in the area. In the Koronevsky district, Ukrainian forces continue attempts to break through in the vicinity of the administrative center, the settlement of Koronevo. East of this settlement, the presence of Ukrainian troops has previously been observed in the forested areas. On the other hand, according to unconfirmed information, Kremen is under the control of Ukrainian forces. In the Sudzhansky district, fierce battles are underway along the entire line of contact. Ukrainian mobile groups are trying to advance in several areas, while Russian troops are striking at identified targets. On the northern flank, Ukrainian units are attacking the lines of Malaya Lokhnya, Nechayev, Nizhnaya Parovaya. On the southern flank, based on objective control data and numerous reports from the Russian Ministry of Defense about strikes on Cherkasskaya, Konopelka, and Plekhov, it can be assumed that the territory to the west of these settlements is highly likely controlled by Ukrainian forces. Otherwise, the question arises as to why Ukrainian forces are attacking areas where Russian servicemen are located, including Borky and Ruskaya Konopelka. Attempts to hit Ukrainian military targets in the Sumy region also continue. A series of attacks targeted sites to the south and east of Sumy. Preliminary reports indicate that an ammunition depot was destroyed in Nizhnaya Sirovatka due to a strike from an Iskander missile, while a temporary deployment point in the village of Chernyshnaya came under fire. On the Vremyevskoye direction, where public activity of the parties almost came to a standstill after the completion of the battle for Uruzhain and Staromajor, there is also some activation of Russian forces in the context of reports from other directions. North of Uruzhain and in the forest belts to the west, Russian assault troops managed to make some advances back in early August. Throughout the month, fighting continued to the east, resulting in several strongholds in the forest belts coming under Russian control. In the area of Prutny, Russian forces have at least expelled Ukrainian troops from strongholds in the triangle of the Kutse and Grushavata gullies. Interestingly, Russian troops had already occupied these positions in February of this year. However, it appears they were lost since then. According to available information, the Ukrainian forces, having retreated to fallback positions, were subjected to several drone attacks and withdrew even further, suffering losses. Whether the Russian assault troops managed to occupy the positions, and whether this was even their objective, remains an open question. That's all for now, friends. We remind you that our channel condemns any violence and calls for all parties to engage in immediate negotiations for a peaceful resolution of conflicts. Thank you for staying with us. Subscribe to our channel, like our posts, and we wish you all the best.